Good morning. This is Janice Fairbairn, the Lyme Evangelist, and just living like this with Lyme. This morning, I want to talk to you specifically. I'm just going to kind of repeat a conversation I had a couple days ago that I thought was so important and empowering, and that's what I want to hand you this morning. A friend of mine came to me because her brother-in-law had just been given a really terrible, morbid diagnosis of a chronic illness that was the doctors were telling him if he didn't do this he was going to die, and he didn't feel very empowered by only having one choice. So we sat down and talked for an hour about the ways that you can help your body and heal and choose something alternative that is successful. You don't hear a lot about it in the mainstream media, but there are a lot of natural modalities that are successful and that empower your body and heal your body without having to choose a traditional medical modality that is not necessarily healthy. It is not necessarily successful, and it might, they don't have this high numbers of success as you think they do. So that's something that I is very near and dear to my heart, is that people listen to a doctor, and that's the one opinion, it's the one choice. They feel they're scared. There's a lot of fear mongering. If they don't do this, they're going to die, and there's just not any empowerment in that. And so I just want to lay out some choices to you that are affordable, that are within your control, that you can use to heal. I'm going to do this in a couple of different series of video packages so you can kind of absorb it a little bit of a time. But this is kind of the download of stuff that's in my head, okay? So the first thing that I would do is that I would look at what I ingest. I would eat pure. And by that I mean no more sugar. Birthday cake's gone for right now. If you want to heal your body, cancer, parasites, all kinds of traditional diseases, they feed on sugar. Those molecules and those organisms love and thrive in a sugary, starchy environment. So you can't just, eat off the baked potato bar every day and have a piece of cake, okay? So if you want to heal, you've got to ingest pure. It doesn't mean that you're never going to have a piece of cake again. I can have a piece of cake at my kid's birthday party. We don't have dessert all the time, but we do eat a lot of fruit and things. And a lot of people, even when they're trying to heal, even restrict their fruit intake because of the amount of fruit sugar. So just be careful with that. I wouldn't juice straight fruit. I would juice vegetables if you're going to juice, organic, and I would cut out as much starch as you can. And try to get all your carbs from vegetable groups, raw and cooked. And I would also look at taking out the red meat as a protein. I wouldn't substitute any soy-based protein. I would do chicken and fish or really good organic protein powders. Those are the things that I would use to fuel my body. I would also stay away from dairy. If I was going to do dairy, I would do raw dairy. I would go goat's milk. Those are the molecules that are going to help fuel your body. Okay, those are the things I would ingest. Food intake. That means also look at the rest of your environment and make sure that nothing is unhealthy in it. I tell a lot of people your environment is a very important leg in the healing process. And that means, what are you cleaning with? What are you cleaning your clothes with? What are you scrubbing your house with? What are you breathing? Do you have those little smelly plug-in things all over your house that put off scents? Take a look at what you're ingesting into your body. You don't want to use the traditional soaps and shampoos that have dyes and all kinds of toxicity in them. I just would go pure. I would go with a pure bar soap. My dad would say ivory soap. That's not what we use. We use a Castile soap or olive oil soap or goat's milk soap. I would look at something that's really natural and pure, and that's what I would clean my body with. That's what I clean my hair with. I make my own shampoo. That sounds really tasking. You don't have to do that. You can buy a nice organic Castile soap or olive oil shampoo or something like that. But just whatever you put on your skin and your body's having to deal with. So if you're adding toxins somewhere, it keeps your body from able to heal in the right place. So you're trying to basically look at it this way. You have an army that's in your immune system, and you're being attacked on one really big front. right? One really big front is attacking a part of your body, whether it's your liver or your bladder or your lungs or something that's struggling, whether it's a cancer, a tumor, or a disease in your gut or IBS or Crohn's or something really chronic. Your body is trying to fix it on that one spot. But if you're continuing to add toxicity and challenges into the body, then you're having to split the army up. Right? You're having to flank right, flank left, or whatever they talk in army talk. You're having to send your soldiers out, and they need to be in one spot. So if you relieve the immune load all over your body and you put in pure food and you put in pure stuff on the skin, weird lotions, get away from the weird lotions. Don't do scented candles. I mean, get away from the toxicity and get pure, then all your soldiers are strengthened. You're building a stronger army for your body, and they get to come and actually address the issue. Okay, you're trying to free up the army. So go pure. This is something that's affordable. It's easier than you think. If you live in a place without good grocery stores, you can order a lot of stuff on Amazon. You can find anything online. It's totally possible. It's feasible. Do a little bit at a time. You don't have to jump into this in one day. But guess what? Jumping into it in one day is one day closer to healing. So I'm a rip the Band-Aid off kind of girl. I don't think you should tiptoe into healing. I think that if you want to heal and you want to feel better, you should start today. You should do it 1,000%. Because if you want to be real and be yourself again and gain something back, you need every minute that you can. We're not in an equitable society. There was a time when I was really sick. And I was driving across town to pick up my kids from school, and unfortunately, I had a vision thing. That's why I didn't drive after that for a long time, almost 18 months, because the swelling in my brain was really impacting my vision, and I was having trouble. And I pulled over to get a bottle of water. My vision was going wonky, and here I am. I'm a healthy person. We were gluten-free, dairy-free. We ate organic. We had our own chickens. And I still got sick. So it's possible that even in a pure environment, things can still get you. But being pure is a better guarantee against it. But I was standing behind the line in the convenience store, and it was a guy, with plumber's crack on his pants were falling down, and he was buying a whole stack of chewing tobacco and cans, and he had like a 40-ouncer and, crappy bag of Cheetos and whatever else, and I was like, why is that guy, he's standing here just fine. What has he got for health? I'm trying to stand upright and make sure my vision isn't wonky so I don't put my kids in danger in the car and everyone else around me. And, there's this innate sense of if I do everything right, my body will turn out fine. Well, that's not a guarantee, but if you put in only ding-dongs and ho-hos, you don't have a guarantee for health there at all. Okay, it's only one direction. If you luck out and live to 110 smoking cigarettes and eating ding-dongs, you're lucky. You'll be on the Today Show. But it's not a guarantee that you get to do whatever you want to this physical vessel and it turn out okay. So if you want your body and your army of your immune system to heal, then you have to empower your army from the inside by feeding it good. Okay. The other reason that this is very successful is because there's a book called Alkalize or Die. It's a very good book. And what it talks about in the book is that in an alkaline environment, disease cannot thrive. Disease thrives in an acidic environment, okay? And our bodies, when we ingest red meat and sugar and starch, and we don't ingest alkaline foods, and we ingest only acidic foods, then we're creating an acidic environment in our body in which disease can thrive. That's why there are a lot of people who eat ho-hos at McDonald's, and they end up sick all the time. Okay, so you're wanting to alkalize your body. And if you Google a chart on alkaline foods, vegetables and fruits, you're going to find natural God foods over on the alkaline list. Even ingesting too many nuts for protein can be too acidic. Now, it's not to say that you can't eat any acidic food. It's that you need to eat off the alkaline columns. You can even now at the health food stores buy alkaline water, which is a great thing that you can ingest. But drinking apple cider vinegar, which doesn't sound delicious at all, but Bragg's makes their own apple cider vinegar drinks now, which are really good. Lemon water, those are great ways to alkalize your body more. Okay, so ingesting lemon water and apple cider vinegar and doing things like that with eating an alkaline rich diet are ways that you are going to change your entire pH, and disease cannot thrive in that environment. I mean, you're basically calling it out when you get rid of all that acidity. It's a fantastic tool that's so easy. I mean, if someone said to you, you could drink lemon water all day long. And now when I mean drink water, I'm talking about in a disease fighting environment, you need to hydrate the troops, okay? Water is healing, but it needs to be filtered, good water. It needs to be alkaline, it needs to be with lemon. When I say lemon, I mean organic lemon juice or essential oils as lemon that you put in the water, or apple cider vinegar, which is a really healthy way to be drinking water. That is a great way to get rid of disease, because guess what? Disease also thrives. Acidity is stronger in a non-hydrated environment. So if your muscles and your tissues are atrophying because you're not drinking enough water, or you've been a Diet Coke queen your whole life, then you need to get pure water into your tissue to get disease out. Because guess what? You think that your body's fighting this disease on this front over here because they've told you you have something wrong with your bladder or your kidneys or your liver, and that's where you think your army needs to be. Well, guess what? It's possible that your body, because it's been weak in this area in the liver, has been stuffing toxicity and disease and ignoring things kind of all over in pockets, and you haven't been drinking enough water and you're not alkalizing, and so those places are really acidic, and there's disease kind of thriving in a couple different areas. You know, you need to really address that by hydrating. So those are the two tools that I'm giving you today. I'm alkalizing. Look at your alkaline diet. Google that. Hydrating, as well as eating pure and making sure that you're in a non-toxic environment. And those things are things that can empower you, that you can do on your own affordably, without a prescription, without a doctor appointment, without travel, without a great deal of expense. That is a way that you can help your body heal. Blessings and healing.